All right, folks, welcome back in another episode of Basics of Trading. In this video, we're going to be looking at what exactly do we need for getting started to trade. To look at the charts, right? Where do I go and look for charts? Okay. In the previous episode, I showed you moving average exponential, but I kind of see now people want to know complete basics, like where do I get started? Okay. So again, I will circle back on some of the indicators in this series, but then let's begin with learning the tools and learning the basics of chart. How do you read a chart? Where do you go and read it? Okay, what exactly is going on here on my screen? So first things first, you can use any software you want. I'm using TradingView. It's probably the most popular uh, software that you use for looking at the charts. Okay, the uh, all these information that you see here will explain what's going on. Okay, first things first, let's say I'm using TradingView. So this is what you get once you log in and just probably create an account. You don't need to. You can just open up a chart, and this is what you see here. Okay, again, how do I get here? You just download or look at any chart. Go on TradingView.com and then just like look for any stock that you want, any asset you want. Okay, so I'm using Tesla example for now. So here at the top you have the symbol search. Okay, so you click on it, you can search for any stock or any future asset or any forex stocks, funds, futures, whatever, crypto. So let's say I want to look at some stocks. So you can look at Nvidia, Tesla, Apple, and you can just type its full name or the ticker symbol. Okay, so I'm gonna type TESLA, Tesla. You see, I see that TSLA, Tesla Incorporation, that's on NASDAQ and all, so I'm going to click that, and I'm here. By default, you might see some charts here. If you click on the button here, it might be a little bit different for you. So you can see 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minute. These ones, you don't have access for it if you don't have a paid account. I have the second data too. You don't, that's okay. You can go to 1 minute minimum probably, and 2, 3, 5, whatever you want, hourly, daily, okay, all kinds of data. So that's totally fine. Let's go to the 5 minute data for now. And you can toggle in between 15, 5, whatever. So this is your time frames. This is what I call the time frames, okay? You can go to any symbol and then choose what time frame you want to see the chart on. Next to it, this is called what kind of data you want to see. Do you want to see the candlestick data? Do you want to see all kinds of like line data? Look at that, what's going on. It becomes a line, okay? Do you want to see some sort of Hakinashi? Okay, all these are basically never used, okay? I If I have to use anything other than the candles, I will use the bars, okay? I will explain what a bar is. What is a bar? Let's say you have these candles, so this red candle over here, right? It's basically like a candle stick only. It's like this is where the price opened, this is where it went to the high, then it came down, this is the lowest point, and this is where it closed. For a red candle or a down close candle. For an up close candle, green candle, this is where it opened, this is where it got to the lowest point of it, this is where the highest point is, and this is where it's closed. So then if you want to see that in a candle formation, this is basically the same information. Opens, goes lower, goes higher, and then stops here. Okay, similar to that. Or I will use a line chart. Basically, I just want to see what the closing price is, probably something like that. So, okay, for now, I'm going to use candles. This is the most popular one. Okay, easy, most visually appealing, and all that. Here is the indicators. Okay, click that one, and then you'll see like all the kinds of like technicals. Um, if you go in here and then the fundamentals too. I've never done with the fundamentals mostly here because I'm technical. This is the technical analysis, not the fundamental for now, for the stocks, okay? So then you can search for any indicator. Let's say you want exponential moving average. So you can say something like that. You'll say moving average exponential, or you say EMA, that also comes up with the same. So let's say that in the last lecture we saw moving average exponential. You click that one, it adds to your, you can add it multiple times. Why? Because you may want to see multiple types of EMA. So like if you go hover on it and then go to the settings button, then you can see the length and the styling, how you want to see it. Let's say I don't want a blue color, I want it to be red. So as soon as you do that, you can see the red line appears. The input length is the what EMA you want. Okay, is it a 9? Is it a 20 EMA? What do you mean by 20 EMA? It means it looks back 20 days or 20 candles for a 15-minute chart. It looks back 20 candles before it and then finds out the exponential moving average. Again, if you want to go in the deep, look at the mathematics, it's very simple, nothing too crazy. So let's say you want a 50 EMA. So you can get 50 and look how the line becomes a little bit more smooth. So I have 3 lines now. Let me close this one. I don't need it. So I have 2. Look at the 50 EMA seems a little bit more smoother. The 20 EMA is a little bit more tight around the price. So this is what's happening. Some people also use it to see the breakouts. If you have, let's say, a crossover, it means the trend is shifting. So see what happens. One example is we are in a bearish market, let's say, and when we see 2 of these moving averages, 20 and 50 crossover, we see a shift in the market structure, kind of. So you see like the price now moved to the bullish and price is moving up. So see how it changed. So this is another kind of way to see how the market is shifting. Okay. Again, this is very beginner. I don't like to see it like that. I don't even need indicators to tell me that, but it is what it is to begin with. When you go into advanced concepts, you will learn that. Okay. But for now, this is good enough stuff. So if you saw my first episode of this series of basics of trading, you saw how I was able to use just the 1 EMA, 120 EMA, and take a trade on it and come out to be profitable and show you how you can utilize this information, right? Okay, then you can learn just a bunch more stuff. I will not talk about everything in just one video. You have all these things here. Let's move on to some things around here. Okay, so this is basically a tool to draw some lines. So you can draw trend lines. Let's say if I go somewhere here, this is our trend, right? So how do you define a trend? Well, just take any 2 points um, or any multiple points that you can draw a line on. So let's say a very nice example will be um, here. So can you draw a line on support to support this trend? So yes, like something around that, like very close to. Let me turn this off. This is a magnet that's trying to mess the diagram. So if you can draw some line that touches most of the points here, and then just keep extending, this is kind of your trend. Okay, so maybe this. So look at that. That is a trend. You clearly see market is taking what? Is taking support on these points and then going up, then going lower, then going up, and then this happens. You get a very big breakout. Okay, then similarly, can you draw on the upper side as well? Yes. If you try from here, this is your upper, uh, kind of like trend line. It's called resistance. So market's trying to take resistance on these points, right? So just draw like that. Again, you don't need to draw, but I'm just giving you how you see things, okay? I am not giving you some joker shit here. I'm giving you very basics and just to explain you how things are going. What is it below here? This is the volume. Again, anyone who uses volume from here is a joker. So this is just here for your analysis, for your learning as a beginner, but you don't need to know these things, okay? I have never seen a relation between any kind of volume bars and the market doing something. So usually I do this is hide. I don't need to know the volume, okay? Um, I'm not, yeah, like if you're thinking, but a volume can be used, well, it can be, but there's a different tool for that, okay? It can't be used in the terms that you see here, the volume, okay? You can't do anything with that much. Let me know in the comment section if you have some analysis on the volume bars. What I'm just hiding it from the below, okay? Now, one more thing to learn is, let's say if you feel like you want to buy here on the breakout, let's say here. So, and then you want to track what's going on. So see, this one is forecasting and measurement tools. First one is long position, second one is short position. So if you want to see the long position you are in, let's say this is where you entered kind of in the breakout. So let's say here is where you entered. Okay, so on the breakout, let's say this is where you entered. This is your stop loss. This is where your stop loss is. So let's say I want to keep my stop loss on the very swing low. And my target is going to be, let's say, 2R or that. So as you're moving it, your risk reward is like coming up here, 1.79. So let's say this is what my target is going to look like. So this is how these people show you, okay, if I am in profit, this is where I want to exit in profit. That is 2 times of my risk. This is 1, this is 2 times of it. So the risk to reward is 2. So we call it like 2R, okay? 2R means two times of the risk. So basically that, okay? Now, what am I looking at? Anything else that want to see? Well, you can also see geometric shapes. You can draw using the brush or some arrows, some shapes, okay? Mostly, I don't need it. Only for shapes, I use it. And if you want to like draw something freehand, so like you can just draw it, right? So I don't need that for now. But that's pretty much, I would say, I usually need. And this is the text, so you can just click that and make some notes here, right? That's all you need. Now, at the bottom, you see the time. On here, you see the price. Okay, these are the only 2 things you need to care, time and price. And in the next video of this series, I will teach you another indicator, and I will show you how to trade this Tesla stock and basically pretty much get a very simple strategy out of it, okay? So that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. I tried explaining you how to use any tool like TradingView, and also how do you see the candlestick charts and kind of like switch between different, how to add indicators and all kinds of stuff, okay? So hope this is helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.